Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we're gonna talk about my top 10 anime villains. I wanted to do this video for a long time, and now I'm finally going to do it. And also there might be some spoiler in this video for certain animes, so with that out of the way, let's get started. Coming up as number 10 is Nagato from Naruto. I really like Nagato. He really felt like he was going to be the main villain. Of course, unfortunately, that didn't happen, but you really felt like he was going to be the main villain of Naruto, and that is something I really like. That either I wasn't the last villain, he still ended up making us feel like he was going to be. He gave us that great impression. He was really evil, but he had some noble intention. And with that and lots of the reason, I feel like that is enough to earn a spot at this list. The only reason why I don't put him higher is because I like the rest certain characters more, and that is why. Coming up as number 9 is Yubel from Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, I really like Yubel as a villain. She is a great follower to Jaden in the third season. I really like that. She's more of a tragic villain. She feels abandoned. And again, it doesn't justify her action, but it gives the character a little bit of sympathy. And that is something I really like, that you can sympathize with the character a little bit. And I feel like Uber did that really well. She was abandoned, or she feels like she was abandoned, but she kind of redeemed herself, become an ally of Jaden. And that is something I really feel suit the character well. I really like to see that she got her happy ending, and she got to be with Jaden, and that she be helping him ever since. And again, she's not fully redeemed either. She did a lot of evil things. I don't think she will be fully redeemed, but the fact that she's now working with Jaden is enough to earn her a spot on this list. Coming up as number 8 is King Brantley from Full Metal Alchemist. He was managing to puppeteer the entirety of the kingdom, or whatever. I don't really remember what they called. I haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist in a long time, but I remember that King Brantley was my favorite of the villains. I really feel like he's a real badass, and that he was managed to be the enemy that ruled the military, helped set him up as a real threat. And when you see him fight, you know that he knows well to use his sword. He's a great foil to the enemy, and to some extent you really believed he was going to win. And I don't feel like all the villains can do that. Make you almost convinced that they're going to win. And again, he failed. He failed his masters, and I'm also a little bit happy that he wasn't the main villain, because I felt like he could be the main villain, but he could also be loyal to someone else, and that is exactly what he was. And all those together help me appreciate the character and setting at the place as number 8. Coming up as number 7 is Charles the Britannia. Okay, he's by far one of the best characters in Code Geass, and one of the reasons is you hate him, but at the same time you care for him out, or you like his character. Despite how much you want to hate him, sometimes you just can't help but admire him. He's a real asshole, and that is shown really messed. he abandons his children and all the evil action he just for himself and for his wife. He claims that he has the good of humanity at heart, but everyone can know that this is selfish, power-hungry asshole, and that's the character he is. And I feel like the way they set him up, you're finally worthy of being my son now. That in itself is most of his famous line in Code Geass, or at least I think it is. And that was after Lelouch made a mistake that caused lots of innocent people to die. When you hear a character saying that, you know they're evil. You know that this is not a character you're going to like. And that is why I like him. And that is why I like him as a villain so much. Coming up as number 6 is Tomura Shigagaki. I hope I said his name right. I have a little bit of battle saying Japanese name, but I hope I got it right. Although Tomura is a great villain, in my opinion. I haven't watched the last My Hero Academia season, so I can't say so much of what happened then, but I know that every time I see him, I enjoy every scene. He's a villain, but you often feel like he's a little kid as well. He's really proved that he has some psychic problems, and that is some of the reason why I like him more. Psychological problems often make for interesting characters, and I feel like he has proven that he has that. One that his first job to take down All Might Fair, he was like he threw a childish temper tantrum, like he's a man-child. But we see him grow in the My Hero Academia. We see him becoming more of a leader and more of a threat. And that is the reason why I like him. He starts out like a nobody, and then he really becomes a real threat. That not every villain is shown to do that. And that is why he's earned his place as number 6. Coming up as number 5 is Mayotismon from Digimon Adventure. Now I really like Mayotismon because of his whole vampire thing. I like vampires, and when I saw that Digimon introduced their own vampire, I really enjoyed it. And he really is that villain that can never be redeemed. He's pure evil, right through it. He can't be redeemed, but he is also really intriguing. Every time you see him being evil, but also sometimes charming. And that is something that I really enjoy. I also enjoy that none of the Digidestin could really defeat him. He was an ultimate level Digimon, and that was, and even almost every other, they couldn't defeat him without Kyrie. And that is something that takes a lot to do. Often when someone do that, they make their villain seem overpowered, almost unstoppable. But they sent in the one, like the chosen one, to stop him. And together with all the other Ultimate, they managed to defeat Mayotismon. But again, he comes back as Venom Mayotismon, and they have to turn Matt, Agumon, and Gaumon into Megaform to stop him again. And then he coming back again as Malamayotismon. You feel like he can come back almost every time. And in the same, you know, the last time he was defeated, he finally was defeated. That is great. That is a great way to defeat pure evil like him, having come back a few times, and then for the final battle, finally destroy him. And that is the reason why I add him as number 5. Coming up as number 4 is Urushimaru. I really feel like Urushimaru was one of the villains that set much of the event in motion, and to some extent he was. I really like that he managed to kill the third Hokage, and that he has this whole immortality thing going. I like also that he can bring people back from the dead. All those things together help set him up as a real threat. You really feel like he is intelligent and powerful, and all those together help him be the villain he is. He also pretty good to manipulate people, and the fact that he was looking for a host like Sasuke was also something I found pretty interesting. Again, I feel like he's the best villain in Naruto. I'm not sure if I said that about Nagato, but if I did, I was wrong. I really feel like Uchiha is the best villain, and I think many can agree about that. After all, he was the first real big threat. I know someone will say Sabuka, but again, Sabuka, someone redeemed him quite early. While Uchiha remained a villain almost throughout the entire series, and that is why I add him as number 4. Coming up as number 3 is Multi from Rise of the Shield Hero. Now, Multi is, what is the nicest word to say, a real bitch. She is manipulating and she is evil, and she's part of a church that hates the shield hero and worship the others, and she's part of that type of church, and that is one of the reasons why she disliked the shield hero so much. But I haven't read the manga, so I don't know, but I feel like there's something more to it as that, and that is one of the reasons I feel like she's a bit of a mystery as well. Even though she really ever succeeded in a scheme to hurt the shield hero, we really see how cruel and evil she is when she first accused of sexual assaulting her, and you also lost much respect for her when she also tried to kill her own sister. So that is one of the many reasons why I add her as number 3. She is manipulating, she is a great liar, and she is actually a real bitch. And that is why she earned her place at number 3. Coming up as number 2 is the corrupt Navy Fleet Admiral Sengoku himself. I really feel like Sengoku is the epitome of corruption. I know there are other characters that are probably more corrupt than him, but he's the character that believes that the law must be obeyed to any extreme measures. And that is what I feel like him. That it's okay to obey the law, everyone should do it, but he's willing to kill almost everyone that's not willing to do it. He's loyal to the world government and the five elders, and he has no problem killing innocent people to appeal justice, in his opinion, absolute justice. And that is one of the reasons why you can't help to hate him. But what really made him so hateable is the fact that he killed Ace, one of the most beloved characters in anime. And that is something that is the reason why many people hate him. And one of the things I really is that he is really able to take real damage and almost walk it right off. He was pulverized by Viper more than one time, and I really thought when Viper fight him that hard as he did that Sengoku was going to die, but he managed to live, and that is impressive. He could hold his own against Viper for some time, but Blackbird was still able to hurt him, and that he walked off that pretty easily, or not easy, but that he managed to walk that off is really impressive. His corrupt Navy fleet admiral. He's a man with too much power, and he believes he's a good guy, but he's really a villain. And that earned him a place as number 2. Coming up as number 1 is Blackbird. For those of you who see my previous video, top 10 TV villains, know that Blackbird was on that list. And Blackbird is by far my favorite anime villain. Not just the One Piece villain, but my favorite villain of all anime for now. Of course, I haven't seen all of anime, but you know what I mean. For now, he is my favorite anime villain. And I'm not going to go in too much about it because, again, I have another video about him. But again, he feels like he can be a bit cowardly. But again, he also managed to stand tall and fight. His intelligence, and we know that he managed to acquire the 2 Devil Fruit, which no other character has managed to do themselves. He's a real evil character. He is actually a pixel Luffy if Luffy didn't have any heroic qualities. Luffy don't want to be a hero, but again, he does hero stuff. And if Luffy didn't have that, I feel like Luffy could have been more like Blackbird. And that is a great way to show who possibly can be one of the last villains. And Blackbird really believe that he can, or really believe that he can be the main villain. And that has earned him a place at number 1. And that's it for this video. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.